Scott here with the Carrera Cafe, just going on a nice afternoon drive. We lucked out and got a 60-degree day here mid-December in the Midwest, which is pretty rare. So I figured I would take it as an opportunity to try out the 3-camera setup. I've got the DJI Action 4 mounted on my hat. I've got the DJI Pocket 2 mounted on the windshield, and then we're going to do some drone shots as well. So hopefully kind of taking a little bit more of a cinematic approach to the channel, just testing out some of the new gear. So hope you guys enjoy. Unfortunately is rush hour, because I do have a day job. Believe it or not, the 500 subscribers we have on the channel is not quite enough to make it my only gig. So right now this is a hobby, and I enjoy sharing these videos with other Porsche enthusiasts. So I'm going to keep the content coming your guys' way, whether we got 100 subscribers or 1,000 or 10,000 subscribers. So as time passes, I hope to bring you guys better quality content. Over time, I'll own different Porsches in my garage just naturally because I'm an enthusiast. I've owned about 40 cars in the last 15 years, ranging from $3,000–$4,000 shit boxes to $100,000 luxury sports cars, both new and old. So if that sounds appealing to you, feel free to follow along, like, and subscribe. Hopefully we got some clear roads up here, and we'll get into it a bit. Driver backing up here. Tell you what, if you guys are on the fence, any of you guys watching are on the fence about buying a vintage 911, let me be the bad influence on you and say, do it. I've owned a lot of different sports cars in this price range, and on paper, this thing doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense, right? Nearly a 50-year-old car with the price tag of a brand new vehicle. No warranty, limited technology. By today's standards, it's not even a fast car. But the time that you spend in the driver's seat is going to be some of the best time you've ever had behind the wheel. This is the most connected driving experience out of any sports car I've had. It's the most widely accepted sports car I've ever owned. I'll get thumbs up from people on motorcycles, lifted pickup trucks, obviously other Porsches, other Japanese and German sports cars. Everybody seems to appreciate an air-cooled 911. One of the things I enjoy the most, aside from being in the driver's seat, is the value side of things. I tend to go through cars a lot once I realize they are depreciating faster than I'd like. This car really hasn't lost any value during my ownership. I would argue that it's actually increasing in value. So that's pretty tough to say about a car. So it definitely makes up for a little bit of the fact that you're buying a potentially higher risk vehicle when compared to a brand new sports car with a warranty. But if you do a PPI and get a properly sorted one, these things are very reliable because they're just so much more basic than modern sports cars. Wow, that backfire is just insane. If you feather the gas after you let off, the pops and bangs are really loud. This car is pretty much stock besides the Fab Speed muffler bypass. It does have a tune done by the prior owner, but I can't speak to a whole lot about what it is. If it's a tune, boy, it's not a lot of difference in power, because at the end of the day, these things don't make much that power. I would classify this as Miata performance, but boy, do you get a lot of smiles out of that manual steering, no power brakes, no traction control. This is truly an enthusiast driver's vehicle. Honda Pilot on their way home from work leaves us soon, so we can have a little more fun. All right, they are turning. Coming up here. Ooh, somebody on a bicycle. That's dangerous. I could take these corners inside to out or outside to in, but there's just too many blind spots. out of the straight here and we'll get into it. Wow. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for taking the time to join. If you guys enjoy other Porsche content, please like and subscribe and follow along. My promise to you guys is I'm going to keep bringing you more cinematic and more informative Porsche and enthusiast-owned content, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.